This morning he covered a whole lot, and I prayed about it and tried to pull from what I felt like the Lord would have me to say. But I'd like to encourage each and every one of you, if you're not coming to Bible study on Wednesday night on the book of Revelations, you're really missing out on a whole lot. We're learning a whole lot, and it's really exciting because we're learning what's happening in the future, and we're going to know what's going to happen, on down the road. We can look ahead, and there's some of this in this that I'm going to cover where we see that we're already around the throne of God. So y'all pray for me. In chapter 1, we learned that was the introduction to the book of Revelation. Chapters 2 and 3 contain the letters to the 7 churches, and chapter 4 is better known as the rapture chapter. And we learned that there are many episodes of rapture recorded throughout the scriptures, both past rapture and future raptures. Enoch, Elisha, and Jesus were raptured. The saints of God will be raptured before the tribulation. The 144,000 will be raptured in the middle of the tribulation. The 2 prophets mentioned on in Revelation are going to be raptured, and the tribulation saints will be resurrected and raptured at the end of the tribulation. In chapter 5, verses 1 and 2, we see where God is holding a book or a scroll sealed with 7 seals, and then a strong angel proclaims who is worthy to open the book. In verse 3, it says, "And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look upon." And then in verse 4, it says, "And I wept," and that's referring to John, "because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon." So we see John was weeping because he didn't know of anyone who was found worthy to open the book. In verse 5, it says, "And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals." So there we see that the elders mentioned there are referring to the redeemed church, and the Lion of the tribe of Judah and the root of David are names that we know are given to Jesus. So that's good news that John got, because now he knows that Jesus was found worthy to open the book, because Jesus prevailed, because he conquered death, hell, and the grave. In verse 7, if you look, Jesus actually takes the scroll or the book out of God's hand, and then the 4 beasts and the 24 elders begin to worship the Lamb and sing a new song. Now this is the part where I was saying it's the future and you can look ahead. So if you look at chapter 9, it says, "And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to God by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation." So if you know that you're looking into the future and you're one of the redeemed that's going to be going, that's you, that's us, that are actually going to be partaking and singing that song. In verse 11, "And I beheld and heard the voice of many angels round about the throne and the beast and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000s times 10,000 and thousands of thousands." Now that number which no man can number and the thousands of thousands, that is the redeemed saints. Yes. And so if you think about that, and that is the redeemed saints of God, and we're looking into the future, then John could have actually been looking right at some of us when he sees that, because remember, he's looking into the future. And to close, if you're wondering what was in the book that Jesus was found worthy to open, you can turn to chapter 10, and we touched on that. Now, chapter 10 of Revelation